Here's a screenshot of my friend's Etsy shop. As you can see here at the top, 1 month on Etsy, 70 sales. The goal originally was 30 sales in 1 month, but hey, things blew up and I'm proud to say we got up to 70 sales after the 1 month mark. I'm going to show you exactly my method for helping my friend in this store in this video. So here exactly was the challenge as it was laid out to me. My friend started up an Etsy shop, and they're not technically proficient in the world of SVG files, PNG files. They were a novice. So they watched some of my Crafty Stax videos. They watched some of my Zen water cooler videos. And they said, hey, can you help me make an Etsy shop? And I thought, you know what? I would like to challenge myself. Now, they had no social media following, so this is not a cheat where they already had 100,000 people champing at the bit ready to buy something. They were not on Facebook or social media in any business capacity at all. They had a brand new seller account. They set up Etsy. Now, they'd been purchasing stuff on Etsy over the years, so they knew what Etsy was, but they'd never opened a shop. They'd never sold anything. They'd never even really heard of digital downloads until they met me. So they barely knew what Etsy was from a seller standpoint. Really, they were going onto Etsy and looking up what I call regular Etsy items, physical items like candles or gift bags, things like that. So here's the plan on how we were going to tackle Etsy. The first thing I said to my friend was, look at Etsy from a customer's viewpoint. Go onto Etsy and just start looking up SVG. Just search for SVG or PNG and just see what you like. Look at thumbnails. Look at listing descriptions, look at different things that catch your eye, and ask yourself, why is that? Step 2 is to figure out what you can make on Etsy. So I did teach them a little bit about how Inkscape works. I did teach them a little bit about how to make digital downloads. It's not technically complicated, but there are some nuances that you should really know when you're starting out. So figure out what you can make and what you enjoy making, because it's going to be hours and hours of your day over a month or a year or 5 years making these designs. Step 3, find niches with high demand and low competition. I cannot stress enough how important step 3 is. Step 3 is the secret sauce in this plan. If you do not look for niches with high demand and low competition, you're effectively wasting your time. You might make a sale once in a while, but you're not going to make consistent sales, because it's like setting up a wonderful restaurant in a section of town that nobody ever visits. Now, I'm going to be using Everbee to show you the niche research part in this video, and I'm going to show you exactly the steps that I took and even the stores that I looked at on Etsy. Now, I'll put a link to Everbee in the video description below. They're a great niche research tool. There's all sorts of cool things you can do, and I'm going to showcase those in this video. Now, there is a free option with Everbee as well. It has limited search results, but it's still a cool feature if you're on a limited budget. Just a heads up, the link in the video description is an affiliate link, and that just means if you click on the link and you purchase Everbee, I would receive a small commission. So when you first log into Everbee, I recommend that you click on this keyword research tool on the left-hand side. You're going to get back a bunch of text here, but this is just examples. What you want to do is go right here to the top and type in something under the keyword research tool. So for example, if I type in Easter SVG, it's going to give me back a monthly search volume, and this is a representation of the amount of searches that people are doing every month on Etsy. The competition represents the number of listings that has something to do with Easter and SVG files. You can see here the keyword score is a formula that Everbee uses, and as you can see right here, this is 0, this is pretty low. Now down below, there's related keywords, and you can see some of the related keywords, the scores are a little bit higher than 0. We see something similar here with Halloween SVG. The search volume is more robust at 830. Competition is also very large. Keyword score is 0. But as I scroll on down, we're going to see there's different keywords that have different scores. So here, for example, Halloween SVG bundle, we can see the keyword score is 10. And we can see here, Halloween SVG bundle cricket, the keyword score is 30. So you can really niche down inside of the Everbee keyword research tool, because people are not just searching for SVG. They're searching for something very specific, and that can get you a pretty high keyword score, which doesn't guarantee you a sale, but it can certainly increase your possibility. Here's something I never would have thought to search for: naughty Santa Christmas ornaments, keyword score is 40. So you can have some fun typing in relatively benign keywords and then seeing what comes up below under related keywords. That's one strategy. Okay, so here's where I'm sitting today on Etsy. Today we've got 3 visits, 18 views, 0 orders. Yesterday made 2 orders, $13, And last 7 days, 8 orders for $37. The last 30 days, we're up to 38 orders. Now, people order more than one digital download at a time, so some people might buy 2 or 3 digital downloads. So the orders won't necessarily match the sales. But not too bad for 1 month's work. Our revenue is up to almost $300. And we're making about a sale a day or 2 sales every day or every other day. Not too bad for a brand new store. So one of the first things I'd recommend you do is open up Google Chrome, that's a web browser, and go to chromewebstore.google.com, and under search extensions and themes, type in the word Everbee. You're going to see Everbee find best-selling products on Etsy, and you'll click this button right here, Add to Chrome. And that gets you this cool app that you'll see as we look on Etsy. Okay, so this is exactly what my friend did. They went onto Etsy and they just typed in something random that they liked. So my friend really likes knights and medieval stuff. So they typed in Knight SVG bundle. And then they just scrolled down and they just looked at the different monthly sales. Here we can see monthly sales is 8, monthly sales is 0. As we scroll down, we can see monthly sales 12, monthly sales 30. And they found this design here, this digital download of a kneeling knight. And they really liked these designs. So even though that had 0 monthly sales, they really liked the vendor. So they decided to click on this one here, which is Vector Space SVG. So this one just caught their eye, independent of sales, and they just decided to click on the person's shop name. And they were really surprised to see that this shop, Vector Space SVG, had been on Etsy for only 7 months, and they'd already made 946 sales. So this was something that really piqued my friend's interest, because they had similar designs that my friend could make, similar genres, similar technical skills, but they had really good looking thumbnails and they were making sales. So this is a shop that my friend decided to analyze. So using the Everbee app, they click on this little button right here, which is called Analyze Shop. And this takes us back into Everbee, but here we can actually see Vector Space SVG's sales. We can see there's 910 sales to date right now. There's listings, reviews, and an overview page. So I'm going to stay on the listings page, and I'm going to go right here to revenue, and I'm going to sort this now by descending, just like that. So we can see here we have girl and sunflower slate engraving PNG, Highland cow and calf PNG, grizzly bear and eagle slate engraving PNG. This is very interesting, especially if you have the skill set to make something similar and compete. I'm just going to pick one of these here at random. I'm going to pick grizzly bear and eagle slate engraving. We can see here we've got monthly sales 12, total sales 13. It's only a 2-month-old listing. And what I'm really interested in are what are the keywords that this person's using. Well, when I scroll on down, I can see we've got different tags. And if I expand this out, we can see the different keyword scores. You don't need to have huge keyword scores all the time, but having a few high keyword scores can really help drive views into otherwise new listings and new shops. This is the other way my friend explored Etsy. They looked up very specific keywords off the keyword research tool. Then they scrolled down and they looked for high conversion rates. So here's an example. Dungeon door 54 designs. Good looking thumbnail. And this conversion rate right here is something that caught their attention. Now they have 0 monthly sales right now, but depending on when the month happens, you might just be at the start of the month. But this high conversion rate means that 8% of everyone who clicked on this listing wound up purchasing it. So I'm going to click on the Everbee link right here, and that's going to open up the listing details. And we can see for $4, Arcade Digitals is selling this design. Now the monthly revenue right now is 0, but the total sales is 65. So they've sold 65 in 19 months. And the conversion rate is very high at 8%. So people are specifically looking for this sort of design. So down below, let's take a look at the keywords. I'm going to expand this out. SVG Castle Bundle, keyword score of 70. Now there's a typo here, SVG Files for Cricut with no space. That gets us a really high keyword score. So don't be afraid to throw in weird keywords like this because they might be getting really high search volumes based on just misspelled words, or people with different dialects might be searching for different phrases. Even new shops on Etsy can make sales. I'm living proof of this. My friend was brand new to Etsy. Imagine the look on their face, how excited they are every day when they're making a sale. $3, $4, $7. Make sure you do niche research, high search volume, and low competition. This is a massive difference between making sales and not making sales. I'll put a link to Everbee in the video description below. Check it out. I highly recommend them. Here's another video that showcases the power of Everbee. Thanks a lot for watching.